5 reasons why you should consider taking CPP at 60. We have a clear bias in our planning to try to delay CPP as much as possible, but there are circumstances where it's really worth considering taking CPP early, even if there's a 36% reduction in what you'll receive over your life. Reason number 1, there's a clear income need. This could be because there's a change in circumstance. Maybe you're forced to retire early due to your own health, employment change, or some unforeseen event in the family. I know that it may not be your own health or your own retirement that causes this. I know that a lot of you watching are part of a sandwich generation where you're responsible for your parents and your kids. The CPP, even if it's a reduced amount, can greatly support your financial need if you're forced to retire early before you planned on doing so. Reason number 2, because it'll help you spend money. This is a psychological item that I don't hear talked about often enough. Most people that we meet are great at saving and investing. However, they're still driven by fear. Even for those who have 8-figure net worths that we've met, it's still there. It manifests itself slightly differently, but it still boils down to the fear of running out of money and outliving their retirement savings. There's research that shows that a lot of retirees only spend their guaranteed assets and the income of the capital. There's a problem with that. They end up living far below what they're actually able to and what they can sustain. They end up entering retirement instead of switching to a decumulation mindset. They get stuck in the state of unnecessary frugality. I know that in most cases, the math supports delaying CPP, especially if you already have assets. But if you're the type of person that'll be too cheap on yourself, turning on the CPP early may allow you to enjoy a little bit more of your life and build up a bank of memories with your family instead of a pool of regret. See, imagine looking back at 90. You have far more money than you need, but you're no longer able to travel. You're no longer able to enjoy time with your family, and your kids no longer need your help. This is what we help our clients avoid. We want to make sure you have the right decumulation plan so you're not scared of running out of money. Reason number 3, taking it early reduces future OAS clawback under the right circumstances. Maybe you're concerned about losing some of your OAS to clawback. For 2023, any income that's above $86,912 will trigger clawback. If you're in that situation where you'll continuously exceed that, it may be worth asking your planner to model a scenario where you take CPP earlier. That'll reduce your overall CPP benefit. This will lower your CPP throughout your life. However, this may be enough to make it worthwhile if it allows you to win back some of the OAS that you'll lose. However, this is really case specific. If you only foresee yourself running into clawback for a year or two, then it might not be worth it. Also remember that the clawback itself is not an on and off switch. You don't lose all of your OAS until you hit $141,916 in 2023. A few $100s of clawback for a short time might not be worth taking your CPP early for, especially if you'll end up with a reduced CPP benefit for 30 years or so. That's if you retire for that long. Don't take this decision lightly. Reason number 4, maybe you just want your money, and maybe that's because you don't trust CPP investments. That's the body managing the CPP fund. Maybe you believe that the CPP will run out, just like the Social Security pool in the States. See, according to recent reports, the Social Security program reserves will be fully exhausted by 2037. That's a little too soon for a lot of you. But I want to make it clear that that is not ours. That's for American brethren. The CPP is well funded and it's expected to meet all income needs for at least 75 years. It's one of the 10 biggest pension funds in the world. It has world-class diversification, and that thing is chunky. It's got $536 billion with a B dollars in assets at the end of last year. It had a 10-year annualized return of 10%. According to Dalbar, the average investor gets about half of that. That's actually being generous because it's 4.1%. If you want your money, I understand. You can take it, do what you want with it. You've contributed into the fund, right? Maybe you feel like you've been doing that your whole life. It's yours. But my role as a planner is to show my clients the cost of their decisions today, the future cost of their decisions today. I want to show them and get them to understand the trade-off of taking that early, but it's still worth considering. So we show them what they'll give up by taking it early, and they could still decide that they want it. That's totally fine as long as you are making that decision with your eyes wide open and you're not guessing. Reason number 5, you have a reduced life expectancy. It's not the most exciting reason to take CPP at 60. We run most of our plans to age 100 just to stress test longevity risk. But if you have reason to believe that you have a shorter life expectancy, then it makes sense to take CPP early, maybe due to family history or you yourself just received some unfavorable diagnosis. You want to get as much money as possible as early as possible. This makes sense even if you don't need the money, even if you're already fully funded and your retirement is going to be a-okay. You want to take this money sooner than later if you have a desire to maximize your estate. CPP survivor benefits are very limited. For the most part, it's designed to be there for your spouse. What if you're single or you no longer have a spouse? What if they already have the maximum CPP benefit? The CPP survivor benefit will not top them up beyond that. If that's the case you're in, there will be no estate benefit aside from a $2,500 death benefit if you passed early and you didn't fully utilize your CPP. So in that circumstance, spend the CPP, preserve your other savings, your other assets, especially those that can be transferred and bequeathed to the next generation or a charitable cause. Spend the CPP early, give what's left over, if that's the situation you're in. As you can see, there are factors that tie into all of these points. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Be sure to consult with your financial planner before you make any decisions. If you don't have one, check our links for the free consult and see if it's a good fit for us to work together. But beyond that, there's going to be a question attached to this. I already foresee somebody asking, what if I took CPP early so I can invest it? So I have a follow-up video right here because I don't necessarily think that's a good idea. Cheers. If you're still here, can you leave me a like there? Somewhere. Just pop that until it turns blue. Thank you.